What's up, guys? This is Takeastepandimonmyway from Tumblr here, bringing you guys a special video today. As you can see from the title, we're going to be doing, and I can't even believe I'm saying this, 500 subscriber Q&A. Guys, I would never think in my entire life I would hit 500 subscribers on a channel where I thought that I wouldn't go far. With the help of my friends, we are here at 500 subscribers. This is a big milestone for them and for me as well. But like, to me, it means that there are 500 people out there who enjoy our content and decided to subscribe because they knew for a fact that we produce content that they enjoy. And I'm shocked, you know? I would never think that we would hit 500 this fast. 4 months ago, I had a plan. And the plan was to make reaction videos for you guys. Because I noticed in this Pokemon community, nobody was really reacting to the episodes. And I know I started a little bit late. Yeah, well, not a little bit late. It's like 50 episodes in. But anyway, I started my channel realizing that, you know, maybe I could be the guy who could react to episodes and overhype some Amourshipping. I don't overhype them, but generally, guys, a moment like that about Amourshipping, it brings me hype. And that's why I decided if I could bring my enthusiasm and reactions to you guys, maybe you'll enjoy them, maybe you'll make fun of me, but hey, guess what? You guys like them, and guess what? We're here at 500 because you guys love my reactions. Not just because of that, but we also do discussions and AMVs. You guys love that content as well. So, you know, it just goes to show you put your mind into something and maybe it'll grow into something bigger. Because this channel, I had no idea that we would hit 500 subscribers in my entire life. I thought maybe hit like maybe 100 at most, but 500 subscribers. Enough of me talking. I just wanted to give you guys the rundown that it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. I thank you guys so much for all you guys enjoying my content, my reactions, my friends' discussions, AMVs with them. You know, I wouldn't have done this without them and your guys' help. Thank you. Now let's just start right into this Q&A. We're not going to get cheesy or anything. I told you guys to send me questions on Twitter using the hashtag TASOfficial, and a lot of you guys sent me questions, but sadly I could only choose a few. My friends, DJ Sock Puppet and Alpha Eevee, we're going to be answering your questions. So hopefully you enjoy, and maybe your question got in here. So let's get started. Our first question comes from Volk, and he says, would you rather have a Serena PS4 or the power to create an X and Y episode? Now, I already have a PS4, so, you know, I don't think, I mean, I'm not saying a Serena's PS4 is not good. Like, trust me, I would love that, but, you know, if I had the power to create an X and Y episode to make it canon, like Amourshipping canon, I would go for it. It's Amourshipping. You guys know me, my reactions, I get hyped for Amourshipping. So if I had that one opportunity to make an episode, then guess what? I would just make it full about, you know, first off, I wouldn't just be like, you know, these guys are going to be canon. I would like develop, you know, the whole entire episode would be about them, and then at the end, bam, it's canon. So yes, I would make an X and Y episode if I had a choice.
Shut up, folks. That's my answer.
I really want to get a PS4 since I do plan to get in the new future, you guys, but creating an X and Y episode is a better option for me. And the reason I say this is because as an Amourshiper myself, I do want to make an episode that consists of a really huge Amourshipping hint, or an episode where, you know, where it confirms Amourshipping. So I would definitely have the power to create an X and Y episode and make Amourshipping possible, you guys, because Serena's the one, man, in my opinion. So yeah, power to create an X and Y episode over a Serena PS4.
Next question comes from DarkPokey55, and he asks, would you rather play Call of Duty or Splatoon? Now, as you guys may or may not know, I'm a huge Call of Duty competitive player, and I'm not saying Splatoon is bad or anything, but I would go with Call of Duty, just because I spent so much time playing that game competitively, going to events, to compete, to win money, to be known, and, you know, Splatoon is great and all, but Call of Duty is just for me. You know, Splatoon's a fun game. I love playing with my friends like Galaxy Flip, Enzo, and even KG Prestige. But honestly, I would say, you know, Call of Duty. Call of Duty, hands down, no hesitation.
Probably Splatoon. I actually have Splatoon. I haven't actually played it. It's been just sitting in my basement forever, but I'd probably prefer that to Call of Duty.
I don't really have a lot of experience with Splatoon. The only time I do get to play Splatoon was the demo version, so you get to try and mount stores like Target or Best Buy, and it was a fun experience overall. I definitely enjoyed the overall content of Splatoon. Got to familiarize myself with the controls and all that. It was an enjoyable experience again. And as soon as I do get a Wii U, you guys, I don't have a Wii U by the way. I do plan to get Splatoon as quick as possible, because as far as I know, everyone was hyped about it around its release date. So I do plan to get it, you guys, so I can play with some of you guys who are watching right now. And all I announced it on Twitter. Just follow my Twitter account, and who knows, I could tweet that out as soon as I get my hands on the Wii U or Splatoon. So yeah, I personally prefer Call of Duty over Splatoon for now, only because I've been a fan of Call of Duty myself for quite a long time now.
Next question comes from Indigo Mango, and he asks, do you think in future series we will see any of the old traveling companions go on another journey with Ash? Well, if you're assuming with Ash. But, to be honest, I would think Iris would come back. As you guys may know, every traveling companion that he's traveled with would come back in the next generation that he's in, or next region. So, let's say he's in Hoenn, Misty would come back. If he's in Sinnoh, May would come back. If he was in Unova, Dawn would come back. So, why would they break the cycle of that? I'm pretty sure Iris will come back for the X and Y anime. But that's a good question, because, maybe it might not be Iris. Maybe it's a guy returning. Brock?
I think it's possible. So, if the series just keeps going and going, they're going to have to keep coming up with new ones. So, at some point, they may just be like, oh, why make a new one? We got all these old ones sitting out right here. Assuming that the XY gang leaves at the end when XY is over, I'd love to see some of them come back again. I'd love to see some of the older faces that have already been in Pokemon. Do I think it would happen? Maybe. We'll see. But it'd definitely be something cool to see, I think.
Now, knowing how the Pokemon series has been run throughout the past years, I don't see a particular companion or companions returning with Ash to go across another new region. I don't know, I just don't see that happening. But if I were to pick a companion that I would really like to see again, it would have to be Brock or May. Either one of the two would be fine to see again, but overall, I just don't see any of the old traveling companions going across the region again with Ash.
Next question comes from Flux Freeway, and he asks, do you see Pikachu ever evolving? Now, my friend, if you watch the Pokemon series in the first generation, I think that's where the episode took place. Ash was in a predicament where Ash was deciding if he would use a stone to make Pikachu evolve to a Raichu, because the gym leader, he had a Raichu, and the only way to compete against a Raichu at that level would be to Pikachu evolving. But Ash said no, that Pikachu's gonna beat him with him being Pikachu. So, I don't ever see Pikachu evolving. Guys, Pikachu's a mascot. I never would see him evolving. Unless, maybe Serena wants it. Maybe Ash is... Nah, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I would never see Pikachu evolving.
No. Next question.
Next question comes from Jesse Vink, and he asks, which of Ash's current rivals do you think will beat him in the league? Now, that's a tough question. We have Tierno, we have Sanpei, we have maybe Sawyer will join the Kalos League, but to be honest, I would probably go with Tierno, since Ash and Tierno were the first ones. Well, actually no, Sanpei, but I don't really see Sanpei as a rival more than just a rival outside of a league and Pokemon battles, because he wants to be a ninja. So I would not see Sanpei in a league. So I would only assume Tierno, since he's known him the longest, and they actually fight, and they actually pronounce each other rivals. So, I would see Tierno beating Ash, since his team is pretty powerful. He has a Raichu. He has his other Pokemon. He's a very powerful trainer. I'm sorry, I forgot, but he has a very powerful team. So I would assume Tierno.
Well, I don't think we should just be immediately pessimistic about it, because maybe he'll win the league this time. But if he were to lose, I'd say I would be the most okay with him losing to Sawyer, just because I really like his character, and I'd like to see him coming a long way from where he started, because Ash completely crushed him the first time that they battled, so it'd be interesting where, if they finally get to the league, it's actually a more close match, and Sawyer will pull out in the end. So, yeah, I think that'd be my preference. Either him or Tierno. Either one of those would be fine.
Okay, now as far as we know, Ash does have a lot of tough rivals. Amongst them are Tierno, Sawyer, Sanpei, as well as the Bird Bros that we saw on the Battle Chateau. Of those four, I think the rival who's most likely going to beat Ash on the league will have to be Sawyer. And if you guys recall, he has a Trico, which is now a Grovia. We also have a Bagon, who could eventually evolve into a Salamence, and Grovia could eventually evolve into a Sceptile. And knowing that those two could Mega Evolve, I think that it'll give Ash a really tough competition, and I can see Ash, narrowly losing against a Mega Evolution Pokemon. I think that I could see it happening sometime within the semi-final or the final of the Pokemon League. I would really like to see Mega Sceptile against Greninja, but in my opinion, I think that Greninja is going to eventually end up losing against Sawyer's Mega Sceptile, if that were to be the case, of course. So Sawyer, I think, will be the most likely rival that will beat Ash in the Pokemon League.
Next question comes from Izzy Malueta, and he asks, do you want Serena to accomplish her goal? My friend, I get hyped every single time that Serena does something to improve on her dream, aside from Amourshipping. You saw my reaction video when she won the Kalos performance, so I don't want her to win. I don't want her to accomplish anything. Of course I do! It's Serena! She needs to win! Yes, I fully support her. I want her to be the Kalos Queen. That's my answer to you.
No, Serena's actually my least favorite character in all of Pokemon ever, so I don't want her success to ever happen. I want the series to just completely end with her failing and never seeing her again. Yeah. Okay, no, but seriously, yeah, of course I do. I love Serena. I want to see her succeed. She's come such a long way from the beginning of the series, and I don't know. I just like Serena, and I want her to succeed in what she does.
Next question comes from James Electric, and he asks, what was your biggest reaction of Amourshipping moments of X and Y? Hashtag #AskTASOfficial. Well, that's a tough one, and sadly, you guys are not going to like the answer to this. So you were talking about reactions, not my favorite moment. My biggest reaction was actually the date episode. And sadly, I couldn't produce a video for you guys because I didn't have a computer at that time. So you guys didn't see my reaction. But when I saw the part where Ash and Serena went on a date, the whole time I was just freaking out, thinking maybe something or someone will get them, hug or something. I wasn't expecting a kiss, guys, but you know what I mean. I wish I had a computer at that time so I could show you guys how hyped I was the entire trip they were together alone. Oh my gosh, guys. I regret not having a computer. But that answers your question. The date episode.
Oh man, I can still remember this day, you guys. I think it's almost been a year now since the Amourshipping hints happened. So I think it was around episode 39 or 40. I don't remember, you guys. But yeah, that moment where Serena and Ash had their talk, it's all safe to say that it was one of the biggest Amourshipping hits there, you guys. And I've got to say, when I personally watched it on my way to college on the city bus, as much as I wanted to giggle like some sort of stupid fanboy, I'm in public, so no, I decided to keep my cool. So that was my biggest reaction so far, and up to this day, it's still one of my favorite Amourshipping hands in the X and Y. So yeah, that's my biggest reaction.
Next question comes from Picard Jonathan, and he asks, what are your top 5 favorite anime and cartoons? And so, way to keep up the cool work. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. So, my top 5 favorite anime/cartoons would have to be number 5, Codename Kids Next Door. Number 4, Ed, Edd and Eddy. Number 3, Snafu, My Team Romance Comedy. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. Number 2, oh, that's actually a tough one. Number 2 would have to be Gravity Falls, and number 1, Pokemon X and Y. I'm pretty sure you guys were expecting that. I mean, I do have a channel dedicated to Pokemon. But anyway, that's not the point. That's my 5 top favorites.
Top 5 anime and cartoons. Okay, so I'm terrible at like making lists and stuff and thinking about this stuff like at the top of my head. So I'll name 5 that I watch and we'll just stick with that. Alright, so one, we got Pokemon, obviously. We'll put down Gravity Falls, Steven Universe, Rick and Morty. I love Rick and Morty. Let's see. And I'll put another anime on there. Origairu. My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu. Tas got me into that. It's really good. I want to see more of it.
Alright, so thanks a lot, Jonathan, for the words. Now, as for my top 5 animes and cartoons, well, obviously number 1 has to be Pokemon. Nothing can beat Pokemon in my opinion, actually. I've been a fan of Pokemon since 1999, so I was around 6 years old at the time, and I will forever die a Pokemon fan. Number 2 would have to be Fairy Tail. It's a fantastic anime series, you guys, and I know I say about 80% of you have heard of Fairy Tail, but for those of you who haven't watched it, I highly recommend that you guys watch it. It's such a fantastic anime series. Words can describe how awesome it is. I do recommend that you guys watch it. Number 3 will have to be Nisekoi. Number 4 will be Sakurasu, and number 5 will have to be Ed, Edd n Eddy, my childhood show right there, man.
Next question comes from Ken03, and he asks, do you see the X and Y gang meeting Sanpei's brother before or after the College League? Now, that's an interesting question, but that would have to be for another discussion that, you know, maybe I'll do one day, but probably not. A lot of people have been asking if Sanpei's brother is ever going to return, you know, since he's like, you know, the Master Ninja or whatever. But to be honest, I don't think he's returning. I mean, unless the writers have something else for him, maybe he'll compete in the league or something. But other than that, I don't see him returning, sadly. But, you know, he's a cool character, so it'd be cool to see him again. But that's my opinion.
I'd say if it happens, it might be just right before the College League, especially if Sanpei were to actually be in it. I feel like they could actually meet him before or during it. So that would be my best guess.
Now that is a good question actually, because I personally don't know when Sanpei's brother is going to return. He's been kind of in the mist lately. Of course, the only time he has made an anime appearance was on the episode where Froakie evolved into Frogadier, and basically that was the only time where we actually get to see Sanpei's brother. And you know, I would really like it if we do get to see Sanpei's brother again. I think the only way that it will probably ever happen again would have to be when Sanpei makes another anime appearance, or if Sanpei participates in the Pokemon League. And you know, I just do hope that's the case, you guys, because it would give a lot more variety to the X and Y series. So yeah, overall, I think that the most likely answer to that, in my opinion, will have to be before the Pokemon League.
Next question comes from Sanji, a really good friend of mine, and he asks, in what part of the series do you think Amourshipping will possibly be canon? Now, this is a really good question because I think a lot of people have been asking me the same question as well. So hopefully I'm answering the general public's question when I, you know, give you the answer to this. So, you know what I think? I think it's going to be after the College League. It would only make sense. Like, I don't think Ash needs that in mind that, you know, Serena possibly likes him. And we don't even know if Ash will handle it right or not because he's been oblivious to, you know, love and all that. So, you know, it would be after the College League. It would be after Clement and Bonnie depart from the gang and maybe Ash is dropping her off at the airport or something. See, now I'm getting all fan fiction stuff. But anyway, guys, I think it's going to be after the College League. That's a really good question because, you know what, it could go in either way. Maybe it'll be before the College League, after the College League, I don't know. Just make it canon. Please, X and Y writers. Hopefully that answers your question, Sanji.
I'd say it would make the most sense for it to be after, if it were to become canon. I could see some scenarios where if it were to become canon, it could be before, or maybe like during the College League. But I think the most likely scenario would be for it to be after, when and all that stuff is over and done with. The series kind of slows down a bit to the end.
And that is the end of the Q&A, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and 500 subscribers. It means a lot to me, guys. From everybody here at TASOfficial, we thank you. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Honestly, these reaction videos, AMVs, discussions would not be possible without your help and support. It just goes to show, you put your mind into something, maybe it'll go into something bigger. It could mean a lot of things, but to me, guys, this is really means a lot. And I know I keep on saying that over and over again, but that's the truth. Hopefully you guys tune in my next videos, because I have a lot of good things planned for you guys. More reactions to come, more interesting discussions, more AMVs, and more special segments to come as well. This has been Takeastepandimonmyway from Tumblr.
It's Alpha EV, and I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you for exceeding over 500 subscribers on the TASOfficial channel, and it really is a first step for us, you guys. So I've got to thank you for making all this possible. It's a big moment for the TASOfficial community as well as the TASOfficial members as well. So we hope that you guys can continue support the channel as as time goes on, and we hope that you guys can continue watching the content and videos that's within the channel.
And I just want to say thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers. Like, it's honestly so amazing to me. I never thought we would get this far so fast. And I hope y'all stick around, because we got a lot more new stuff planned for the future. So yeah, hope to see you all later, and thanks again.
And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video, whichever one I make. Thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers, and see you later. And try to keep my hype level down, but Amourshipping, guys, I can't keep it down. I'm TASOfficial.